Hey there, guys. It's Mia here. I am so excited as always. I am so excited about this live today. I'm going to teach very simply what 100 days of 100 days plus of traveling over the last year has taught me about my life and business and what you can learn from it. Also, my only goal is to support you, to motivate you, to inspire you to live an outside of the box life. And the things that you see in your mind's eye, the things that you dream about, the things that you talk about, or that are on your wish list or your bucket list, that you take them off the list and that you literally just grab them and begin to take action on them. I'm Mia Redrick, business and life consultant, and I started my company a long time ago, 20 years ago, and I made a decision that I wanted to leverage my skills as a mom, and I started my company as a mom coach. And I started it without any no, like I didn't know if what I wanted to do was going to work. And most of the women that I've had the opportunity, the thousands of women that I've had the opportunity to coach over the years, they've all just made a decision to start, to leverage their knowledge, their background, their gifts, and their talents, and they wanted to go to work as themselves. That was me 20 years ago. I started as a mom coach. And I went to a small business resource center when I got started and to get support. And I was told by the director of that small business resource center that my idea, mom coaching, would not work and that no one would ever pay me to do what I eventually ended up doing as a mom coach. I got signed to Emmy nominated, nationally syndicated television shows as the mom strategist. I signed multiple corporate deals and did partnerships with Fortune 100 and 500 brands as the mom strategist. And I share this with you because those out of the box ideas can work, and you just got to take them to other people who can see what you see. So never be discouraged. So I started 20 years ago with an idea, and as a result of running an amazing business, I've been able to do what I absolutely love to do. And I'm committed today to transferring what I know how to do to other women. And that's what I've done. I've coached thousands of women and showed them how specifically to take their background, their talent, their expertise, their skill, their knowledge, and how to package it into products that they can sell, like coaching or consulting or training or online education or licensing something to another corporation. It is my known expertise. My background actually is as a corporate trainer. That's what I did professionally. And when I started my business, I knew that I could bring all of me to the table. That meant I wanted to bring my soft skills, which were my motherhood skills, but I also wanted to bring my professional skills, which was my corporate training ability, my instructional design ability. And I've done exactly that. I've built an amazing business and my life is unrecognizable. And I don't say that in any way to be braggadocious or anything like that. I say it because when you commit to the dreams that are inside of your heart, when you honor that vision that you see in the mind's eye, the thing you're writing about in your journal at night, you can literally create a life that you dream of, and you get to live that in real terms. Um, over the years, I have 3 kids and I've been married for 27 years. And over the years, we have, as a family, grown in tremendous ways. My husband, many of you know, developed kidney disease over 10 years ago and went on to dialysis and then got a kidney transplant and is doing amazing. And I say this to you because I come here and I share my story. And sometimes, online, everything just seems like, oh, it's so peachy, so rosy. But the fact of the matter is, I can honestly say that because I built my business, I could stand in the gap for my family when my family needed me the most. And I say this to you, for those of you who are afraid to start, or you haven't launched, or you haven't made that time because you're so committed to, making sure the kids have everything that they need, or making sure you're there for, graduation or college or whatever it is, or, someone's health crisis or whatever it is. And I'm going to tell you that for me, because I launched my business when my family needed me most through all of those things, I could be at my best for them. And so I encourage you to launch and not to wait or make excuses. So today's live is really just from my heart. I had committed last year to myself that I would travel at least 100 days over the course of the year. And that's pretty a lot, right? So I said, I want to travel 100 days over the course of the year. And then I'll get back to you guys and tell you what I learned about myself, about my life, about my business. And there have been so many tremendous opportunities for growth as a result of the travel that I've had. And I know that many of you have seen the journey as well. A couple of the places that I've had the opportunity to visit, territories, Puerto Rico, I've gone several times, probably 10, 12 times. Last year, I just recently got back from Panama. I've gone to Scotland and London and France and Aruba. And, you know, what I realized was through my travels is that it grew me in ways that I just had no idea it would grow me. It expanded me in tremendous ways. And I had an opportunity to meet some really great people who were like-minded. So here are my ahas as a result of traveling. And I hope that there's something that I say that moves you, that gets you to take an action for yourself. And I'm going to post here before I get started, a link for a strategy session. If you are looking to package your knowledge into a high ticket structure on or offline and you need some support, apply for a strategy session. I'd love to be the person to support you or a member of my team. Okay. So here's what I learned. Number one, you only live once, right? So go for it. And this idea of creating a wish list, a want list, right? Create a to-do list. And that to-do list are things that not you wish to do or you want to do or that's on your bucket list, but the things you got to do and make it time sensitive. You know, last year I said, this is what I'm going to do. And I didn't have it all mapped out exactly where I was going to be and when I was going to be there. Some things were more clear than others, but I made that decision and commitment to myself to travel. And I wanted to see for myself. I always say, look, I run a business. I have freedom built into my business. But, you know, those are just words if you don't have the ability to test the things that you say. And so, you know, traveling abroad, running an amazing company for 100 days over the course of a year really showed me that the models do matter and the models do matter. And if you're running a business currently and that business is running you, meaning you cannot leave your business for 100 days in a year, it's time to explore another option. There are other things that are available to you. And I show my clients many ways to be able to build a business that's time rich. I show them how to build a business so they can work from the comfort of their home or anywhere that they choose. I show them how to build a model where they're not just trading time for dollars, because if I were doing that, I would not be able to leave my life in its current state. And I think that's so important to understand. It was one of the biggest lessons that I learned. It's like, look, I'm in my 50s and I've always dreamed of being able to travel when I want, how I want, when I want. Now, of course, I'm a mom also, and two of my kids are adults. One's still in college, one is out of college, and then one is in high school. And I had this dream and I was like, well, when do I get to do what I really want to do? Am I going to be 70 before I live my dream? And I know a lot of you guys relate to this. And I thought, no, I'm going to figure out how to do it. I have a model in my business that allows me to travel anywhere that I choose, and I can work anywhere that I choose. And I have the freedom in my business because I'm not exchanging time. And if you don't know how to start a business like that, or your business has you bound and you want to understand a new way, you want to renegotiate the way that you work, reach out on the strategy session link that we have here. Number two, the second thing that I learned traveling 100 plus days over the last year is that you need to build a business that allows for flexibility. All right. You want to build a business that allows for flexibility. And I wrote some notes about it. It's not about working from anywhere. It really isn't. It's about having the freedom to choose the when, the where, and the what. And that was one of the biggest things that I learned. It's like, it's not about just working from anywhere. That's what people say, right? Because after COVID, everyone was like, I'm working from anywhere. But if you're working from anywhere and you don't have the freedom to do the when, the where, and the what, then you're really not free. You're just working from a different location. You've got a different view, but you still don't have the ability to appreciate all that's around you being in a new place. Does that make sense? And I will tell you that you need to build a business that allows for flexibility, a business that you're not trading that time for dollars, a business that you don't have a cap on what your income is, a business that allows you to have freedom even as you choose to work wherever you are. And there were times when on Tuesday nights is when I do my coaching calls, and I would do my call on Tuesday night. And then pretty much outside of that, I was free to do whatever I wanted to do in my business. And obviously meeting with my team and them handling a good deal of the marketing pieces. But, building this business has allowed, and I've built it the right way. And I teach my clients how to do the same. And I'll teach you the same, how to build a business so you have flexibility. Because a lot of what is happening online today, everybody's saying, I'm free, I'm free, I'm free. But people aren't really free. They're bound. Okay. It's all like a story. Most people cannot pick up and leave their lives for 90 days or more in a year and still run the exact same business that they had. They can't do it. And I'm telling you that there are ways to do and run your business this way, and it can be very predictable for you and very secure for you financially for you, and also give you the freedom and the flexibility you desire. Number 3, the third thing that I learned is that time rich is more than fancy words. So one of the things that I teach my clients is this importance of running a business that I call time rich. That means that you're not selling hours. You're not undervaluing your gift. You're not undercharging what you do. So the reason that so many people end up working all the time or working with the wrong demographic is because they actually don't know how to build a business that's time rich. And that means working with the right people who will value what it is that you do, the results and transformation that you can bring to the table, and that are investors, high-level investors in what it is that you do. So what do I mean? I am a big proponent of teaching women specifically how to take what they do, their knowledge, how to package and sell what you do at the highest and tallest level as a coach or consultant and a trainer or speaker. And I teach them specifically how to market to people who are investors in results, because that's a different client. You could sell something for, let's say, $497 or $997, and somebody might buy it, but it doesn't mean that that is the person that's willing to invest to create results and change. When you package what you do based on what you know how to do, the results you can create for others, you're able to charge more for what it is that you do because it creates results. And there's no reason to be as a coach or a consultant if what you do doesn't create results. And I think when you do create results, there's a track record of the success that you create. We've helped literally thousands of clients over the years create amazing results, in their business and create tons of different choices. So whether that's making that transition as from a corporate worker to now transitioning to full-time employment, for not full-time entrepreneurship for themselves, or whether it's that they've changed their models, they're already an entrepreneur, but I show them now better models to work so that, let's say you're a therapist, instead of you charging per client, instead you understand how to build out your own system and sell that by licensing it to an agency, an organization, or something like that, knowing how to do that. There's so many different ways to be able to take what you do and up level the model, and it is time rich for you instead of you selling your soul. And the reason that most people don't get themselves free is because they just don't understand it. I see it all the time, very, very smart, sharp, professional people who just don't know another way because they've not seen another example of how to leverage your knowledge to package it. And I know that there's a lot of talk online today about I'll help you package, I'll help you price, I'll help you, all of that. But at the end of the day, you want proof. You want evidence that the coach and the mentor who is going to help you do these things quickly, that they can demonstrate that they have been able to do this for clients, old proof, which yet demonstrates history, right? And then new, like currently, because if you're good at what you do, then you're constantly helping clients over and over again hit and scale their results. I was on a call, just a coaching call last night, group call, and one of my clients gets on and she was just talking about the clients that are re-enrolled with her and When I met her, she was charging somewhere like $3,000 or $5,000 per client. Now she's charging $25,000 per client. Pretty cool to see, people scale that way over the course of a year. Number four, I learned that working hard is not the key to having a happy life. Working smarter and understanding your gifts is. And a lot of us are we've bought into this idea of, if I just work hard, if I just hustle more, if I just grind more. And I've learned that ease and grace is my superpower. Literally, it is my superpower. I look for opportunities to do less well. I work with people who are highly actionable, who are investment minded, who know that they're a rock star and they have an ability to create results. For others, they just need a model or structure to put it in. It means that that when you're working with your clients, you get them results. You just don't know how to sell what you do as a coach or consultant or trainer, right? So you just need a way to be able to work smarter. And if that is you, sign up for one of the strategy sessions that we have here, the information that I have here already on the page, check in the comment section, or you can check above the post. Okay. So I learned that working smarter is where it's at. I love the fact that I don't have to, if I'm traveling, I don't have to be on the phone talking to folks 30, 40 hours a week while I'm away somewhere beautiful. France was incredible. I loved it. I loved everything about France. I love everything about France. But Paris, I love Paris. I love it. Okay. I love the food. I love the people. I love the culture. I love everything about it. And I would not have wanted to be on the phone talking to clients while I'm in Paris or in Scotland. I want to appreciate where I am. And I want a business model that allows for me to be able to enjoy my life. And to me, that is what it's all about. I know tons of entrepreneurs, over the years who have had great businesses. My husband and I, owned a commercial laundry, for example, and that business didn't allow for the kind of freedom that my coaching consulting business does. So I hope this supports you. Number five, understand that leverage is your superpower. So that was one of the things that I really learned and really leaned into. Is leverage is my superpower. It's the reason that I could work 100 days or more away last year, and my business still operated without me having to be in it. Um, Leverage is your superpower. It's I use my knowledge and my talents. People pay me for what I know and the results that I can create for them. And that's not based on an hour here or half an hour there. I can spend 15 minutes or half an hour with someone and literally change their entire life. And I recognize that. And you have skills and talents as well, that there are things that you can consult someone on and you can literally change your life. So no one's really investing and working with you because you're selling time. Knowing how to package the results, knowing how to price those results is really just one of the most powerful sources of leverage in your life. And I learned that. One of the funniest things that happened. I was away I was in Puerto Rico, and I was literally on a long swing chair. And I'll never forget it. Someone had reached out. They wanted to talk to me. They were thinking about working with me. And over the course of 15 to 20 minutes, I closed for 40 grand. Contract, not huge, but a nice contract with this person for about 6 hours of consulting time altogether over the course of a year. And I say that because I was like in a swing, doing my thing, minding my business, doing what I love to do. And I know that leverage is my superpower. It's your superpower. And I would love to show you how to build a business that's based on leverage. And then number six, I learned that I am way more creative when I do what I love. I'm way more creative. So sometimes we don't get where we want to be, not because it's not available to us. It's because we're doing the same old thing, and creativity is escaping us because we're seeing the same old things. We're doing the same old things over and over again. There's something about getting in a new space, in a new environment that really does inspire. And that was one of the biggest things that I learned. Every single place that I went, it really added to my arsenal and my creativity of what I could take back to my clients. It allowed me in really tremendous ways to restore who I am, my perspective, my core offerings. And it allows me to have a different type of edge to what it is that I bring. And I say this to you because I know that some of you have been working really hard in your business, but you haven't made that time to get away. And a lot of times we think getting away is that 7 day or that 2 week vacation. But I can tell you that if you spend like 100 days over the course of a year somewhere else, it really will shape your perspective in completely different ways, even when you come back. Like I feel so renewed in many different ways in terms of what my options are, or what I can bring to my clients. And a lot of that came from just disrupting the day to day or what I normally do so that I could see things differently. And I think many of us would benefit from having a business that allows us to see things differently. So those are some of the biggest things that I learned as a result of spending 100 days away over the course of 1 year. It's just 365 days. And I spent 100 days away. I did 45 days with my family and 50 some days alone. So almost 60 days, or maybe it was 61 days alone, right? So that was my gift to myself. And it was something that I had challenged myself to do last year. I committed to doing it. And I was so grateful, one, to have the family support, two, to have the model in my business, that having built a business that had provided for that level of flexibility. And I hope that this has inspired you in some way. I hope it has given you some ideas. Again, if you're looking to figure out how you can take your background, your gifts, and your talents and package it into a high ticket product on or offline, even if you don't know what the product is and you just need some help with what is my niche, like how can I get started, or how can I package what I'm doing, or how can I structure what I'm doing so it could be high ticket, or how do I identify my market, or how do I sell without being salesy in a real simple way? I've got tons of great solutions. You can either sign up for the strategy session that's here, or join me for my upcoming event called the Giant Experience. And I'll put the link here, thegiantexperience.com. And there I'm hosting a live event in June. And I'll teach you exactly what you need to do to put the pieces together step by step. It is a learn and do event. So done with you event, where I'll teach you all the components of how to build a business, packaging your knowledge into a solid product over the course of 3 days. And via hot seats and laser coaching, we'll be able to look at what you're doing, and you'll be able to up level so that you can leave clear around how to take what you're doing and sell it at the highest level with a freedom-based model, right? So I hope that there's something that I've said to you today that inspires you, that encourages you, and that this small part of my story is that, you're like, hey, this is, maybe you don't want to do 100 days, maybe you want to do 30 over the course of the year. And hopefully that there's something that you've heard me share that really resonates with you, so you'll trust yourself to do it. All right. I love you. Have an amazing day, and I'll talk to you soon.